I'm here with Tiffany Ann Co from Canada's Drag Race Season 5 from Vancouver. I was just gonna say it's always nice seeing Asian representation, and I feel like we're getting a lot more these days.
Yeah. I think it's like great because we used to always be like that one Asian spot
Yeah.
in TV, like in TV shows or like
Yeah.
in the stories and everything. So it's great to see like more than one, especially with this cast. It's like me and Minnie, and previous cast there were three girls. Like it's great to see that there's more of us in there.
Actually, you represent the Vietnamese community this season. How does it feel knowing that you've inspired so many people just sharing your story on Canada's Drag Race?
Yeah, I think I always went in with the mindset, whereas if I don't win $100,000, as long as I can inspire that one Vietnamese kid or like that one Asian kid that didn't see someone like them growing up, if I can inspire them, then I've done my part. And so far, the response has been amazing, especially from the Asian community, for them to say that I inspired them when I think in some ways in the process, I felt like I let them down because I was there for so short, but it's so nice for them to say like just you being on was enough. The representation there, and that's what we needed. So it means the world for to me to get that feedback.
100%. How would you say, your heritage, or like just your identity in general influence,
Yeah.
your drag aesthetic and, just kind of your performances throughout the competition?
Yeah, so like a lot of my drag, like I say I'm an ABG, which is like an Asian baby girl, and
Yeah.
like these are the girls that I kind of grew up with. So like everyone knows her, like Jennifer, Kimberly, Nancy, like you know this girl. And she's like her hair's always done, the nails are right, like her boyfriend's Kevin Nguyen. So like these kind of girls are the ones that really influence my drag aesthetic. While I still pull influences from like the pop star divas like Tate McRae, Ariana, like all those girls. So it's a melting pot of the two that kind of like really inspires my drag aesthetic, but I'm diving a little bit deeper into like my Vietnamese heritage and seeing how I can start doing more cultural pieces in my drag.
I love the examples you use. I was like, yeah, those are like the most ABG
Like you
members.
know her, you know her
100%.
with
The
her little
Jennifers.
Pomeranian, like she
Yeah.
exists. Yeah,
No, actually, I want to talk a little bit about, your drag, because I believe you actually referred yourself as the Britney Spears of drag.
yeah.
I mean, I would assume, Britney Spears has been a big influence in your life. Like, what would you say your favorite Britney moment was, and like, how has she inspired your drag?
It was her tour. I believe it was like the Dream Within a Dream tour where she's like in the rain. That was when I was like, oh, like that is exactly the type of like level performance that I aspire to do because I
Yeah.
think like Britney inspires it a lot, but I think she inspires a lot of pop culture. Like a lot of pop stars reference her because she's the one that really changed the game. And I wanted to also, in a way, change the game of drag as well, where it doesn't have to always be super campy and like has to do all these things. Like I want to create it so it's a concert experience. Whether you're seeing me at a brunch or at a club, you're still getting that full concert experience as if you're seeing like you bought tickets to an arena.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's like what you said earlier, like you called yourself the like Y2K pop star
Yeah.
in the making. Is there actually a specific, let's say, dream project, like either releasing an album or performing on a big stage that you like to pursue?
Yeah, I really want to lean more into that like pop world. And I think like no pop star is complete if she doesn't have her own
Yeah.
album. So I think my verse did very well, and that's kind of inspired me where I want to release an EP where fans or listeners can listen to a full track, like a four track album of like my music. And I want to hopefully make it in a way where it's not like every drag queen releasing music. I want it to be
Yeah.
able to like you want to add it into your playlist. Like that's what I really want to do. And then I always joke about ABG World Tour because it's like I would go to
Yes.
Burnaby, then I would go to Whistler, and I'm like, we're on tour, baby. But like I really want to turn the ABG World Tour into that, where I can fully um, have spaces and you're getting a full concert experience where it's like I'm the act that you're coming to see.
Yes. PG style.
Of course, everything is ABG style. I'll have bubble tea on hand. We'll be good to go.
Yes. Love that. Everyone needs to have a bubble tea to come.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, I wanted to talk about more about like kind of the Y2K. Would you say there's like a fashion trend that you love to bring back?
I feel like we're kind of like in it. I feel like all like the butterfly, like that cute little Y2K pink fluorescent, like metallic world, like that's all kind of come back. But it also makes me go like, what do you mean it's come back? Because I lived it. So why are
Yeah.
we now going full circle back to bringing that resurgence? Like I think there's a huge uptick in that Y2K, bright colors, vinyl fabrics,
Mhm,
all of that's
mhm.
on its way back. What needs to not come back is jeans under dresses. Like I think that
Oh,
should never come
I no,
back.
I can't even imagine. Like, I don't even remember going up to that. I'm like, I don't even want to. I don't. I can't like just imagine that. I'm like,
I just remember it was everywhere. Those little sundresses and like bell bottom jeans and a ballet flat, like disgusting, but everyone was wearing it.
What was a trend? I'm like, I don't even remember that trend. Maybe
Oh
it's
my
on the West
god, it was
Coast thing.
so you'll when
Is
you see it, you'll be like, oh, like they were wearing that on the red carpets in that generation. I was like, no,
Okay, I'm gonna look it up after.
look
Be
it
like,
up.
and then I'll be like, okay, that's what she was talking about.
You'll see it, and they like wore the like page hats with like their scarves. It was literally so disgusting. It needs to not come back. So
Okay,
maybe it's
let's
a
hope it
good thing.
doesn't come back.
It's a good thing you don't remember it then.
Yeah, maybe it's better that way, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of fashion, what would you say from this season? Like, what's your most proud runway look, and what inspired it?
My most proud runway look, I would say, is my time and place. Just because it represents like the Vietnamese creation, like how Vietnamese people were
Hmm.
created. And that was me leaning into more of my Vietnamese heritage. Because I think everyone that knows me from before, they expect me like, oh, she's just going to be pretty, sparkles, diamonds. And that's kind of what I showed on episode 1. So showing something a little bit more cultural was episode 2. And I think it meant a lot more to other people, and it was more than just being pretty.
No, I love it. One thing I really appreciate about you, yeah, like you said, just like bringing the culture, but it was just like your energy in each episode. I think
Yeah.
it was really able to translate, and like I would love to see you perform. I feel like it's just
Yeah.
like you said, the ABG World Tour. It's like I think it would just light up the whole room, and all the Asians in one room. I think it would just be such a fun time.
Exactly. And I think it would bring in like space for Asian people, like
Hmm.
where we would all kind of like gather together and like celebrate our heritage, whether it doesn't matter what part of Asia you come in, but like we all know what that means to like be together in a space and like have so much fun. Because I don't think there's like I think there's a lot of Asian parties that do happen, especially in Vancouver, but I don't think it's like
Yeah,
always happening, It
yeah.
kind of is like a one-off here and there.
Yeah. Actually, I'm curious, like what's next for then Tiffany and Co. I mean, I know we have the Asian Baby Girl tour in the making, but
Yeah.
is there anything else, that we can expect or your fans can expect?
Yeah, I really want to release an EP because I just feel
Okay.
like that would complete the whole like pop star brand, especially like because I knew that my music video verse was gonna eat. Like I knew it was gonna be really good. I just didn't know how many people would actually latch on to it.
Mhm.
So I think like in order for like if I were able to release like a 4-track EP, that would just be um like that's my next project that I want to work on right now.
Good, good. And then we'll see the world tour, right?
Yeah, and then it's like get the war tour with that music as well as me doing like all the other songs that I love to perform as well. You'll get the mix of like everything.
Oh, I love that. Sounds so exciting. My final question to kind of wrap up here. So we're here all about going the extra mile. So how does Tiffany and Co. go the extra mile, whether that be in drag or just in your personal life?
Me going the extra mile is I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Mhm.
So I need to make sure everything is a representation of like me and what I want to put out there. So like I will make sure if this outfit needs 1200 sparkles, you will get 1200 like rhinestones on there to make that extra mile. Like I think it's about going above and beyond what's expected of me, and I think I managed to do that on the show because I think everyone expected me to just do like a bunch of bodysuits, and I did, but I also like did go a little bit above and beyond that as well.
Listen, Tiffany, I honestly, I had such a joy watching you, and I hope I get to see you on the ABG World Tour. And we can have our bubble teas and all the Asians in one
Yeah.
room.
If you like, if I like when I produce it, and then like if it is in your city, I'm not sure where you are.
Toronto.
Um.
I'm normally in
Oh.
Toronto, but
Oh, then
yeah,
girl,
Mexico,
it'll
Toronto.
hit Toronto. You will be there.
Yeah.
Message me. I'll get you in.
Yes. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you so much.
All right. See
Bye.
ya.